Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make banoffee pie. So this is a no-bake recipe. It has a biscuit base, and I'm using digestive biscuits, but you could use graham crackers just as well. And then on top of the biscuit base there goes a nice thick caramel. On top of that will be sliced bananas, and then on top of that will be some whipped cream. Very simple to make. Takes a little bit of time because we chill for an hour once we've put the caramel in, and we actually chill the base as well. So I'll go straight on to the ingredients, and for the base I have 200 grams of digestive biscuits, and that's actually about 13 1/3. If you use 13 or if you use 14 it wouldn't matter, but about 13 1/3 of the ones that I've bought, which are McVitie's. I have 100 grams of melted butter, that's about just slightly over 7 tablespoons. And then for the caramel there are options, but I'm using one 397 gram can, which is about 14 ounces of condensed milk. I'm actually using light condensed milk, so I hope it works. And to go with that I have 100 grams of light brown sugar, soft light brown sugar, and that's half a cup. I have 100 grams of unsalted butter, and that's just over 7 tablespoons again, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now if you wanted to, instead of using all of those, you could simply use a tin of caramel or dulce de leche. I think that would be thick enough. And then to go on top of that we have bananas. How many you need depends on how thickly you slice the bananas. I've got 4, but I think I'll only probably need to use about 2 of those. And for the icing, for the cream topping, I have 300 millilitres, which is 1.25 cups of double cream. You could use heavy cream or whipping cream. And just to sweeten that slightly, I've got 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, which is about 16 grams. I have 1 tablespoon of skimmed milk powder, which will help to stabilise the cream as it's whipped, and I have half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So they get set to the side because we need to do the base first. And for the base I have a 9-inch tart tin with a removable base. You could use a cake tin, a 9-inch cake tin with a removable base. That's to be able to get it out of the base properly, out of the tin properly, should I say. So we'll do the base first, and what we need to do is to crumble the digestive biscuits until they're simply all crumbs, and I'm going to do that in this little processor that comes with the immersion blender. You can do it, just put them in a bag and bash them with a rolling pin or something until they're broken. So I think that looks quite good. Yep, that's fine. And into that I'm going to pour my melted butter. And I'm going to blitz that until it's all incorporated into the biscuit crumbs. And that's good enough. So the next thing to do is to put that into the tart tin and spread it all around. And we want to spread it around and push it up the sides as well. And with that fairly tightly packed into the tin, I'm going to put that into the fridge and I'm going to chill it for about 30 minutes. And while that's chilling, we'll make the caramel filling. So for the caramel filling, I've put the butter into a pan with the sugar, and I'm going to heat those and stir until the sugar is dissolved. And I think that sugar is reasonably well dissolved now, so I'm going to pour in my condensed milk, and then I'm going to stir it around and bring it to the boil, and I'm going to stir it as it boils for a couple of minutes until the whole mixture turns a nice caramel colour. I don't want to go too far. If I boil it for too long, it will start to become very grainy and sort of completely toffee-like, and this needs to be of a nice pourable consistency once it's cooked through. It will then firm up once it's being chilled. So that's turned a nice sort of golden brown colour, and it's thickened up. So I'm going to turn that off the heat. I'm actually going to put that into a bowl and allow it to cool down a little bit before we put it into our biscuit crust. And then I will just stir in the vanilla extract as well, and I'll leave that to cool a little bit longer before we put it into our biscuit case. I've let the biscuit crust chill for about 40 minutes, and I'm now going to pour in the caramel, which is still hot, and I'm going to spread that around, and then I'm going to put that into the fridge, and I'm going to chill that for at least an hour. So I'm just going to shake that to level it over the base. Like that. And then I'll put that into the fridge and chill it for at least an hour, and when it's firmed up I'll come back, we'll put the bananas on, and then we'll add the cream as well. So it's been an hour and I've been chilling the caramel in the biscuit base. So I've now sliced some bananas, and you can slice these as thick or as thinly as you want, and what I'm going to do is to place them onto the base in circles. I've actually sliced 2 of my bananas at the moment because I don't want to slice more. I don't want to open more bananas than I actually need, but if I need more then I will simply slice another one. And where there seem to be larger gaps, I'm actually just going to stick a little bit of banana in as well. So that's good enough, and then the last thing we need to do is to create our cream topping, and for that I have a bowl. I'm going to put my cream into the bowl, and I'm going to whisk that until it achieves soft peaks. And that's just about good enough, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the icing sugar, which will give it just a little bit of sweetness, and the skimmed milk powder, which will help to stabilise it, and my half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to whisk those in. And that's good enough. And then I'm going to put that into a piping bag, and I'm going to pipe that. You don't have to, you can actually just spread it over if you want, but I've decided I'm going to pipe it. So I'm going to pipe that over. So I've just piped that on there. And what I'm going to do, and this is entirely optional obviously, I'm actually going to sprinkle over a few chopped hazelnuts, and then I'm going to sprinkle over some dark chocolate which I have just finely grated. So I've used about a tablespoon of chopped hazelnuts. That's all. And then just a dusting of dark chocolate as well. Like that. So I chilled the pie actually. I decided it needed to be chilled fully before serving, and then I've cut some slices, so it looks quite nice. The crust is very fragile. I think if I was to do it again, I may do it in a loose bottom cake tin and not put the side on, but I think they are often served with the side like that. So I'll have a taste of a piece. That lovely sweet caramel goes so well with the softness of the banana, and the banana taste is great as well, and then the cream on the top, and then you get that slightly different texture from the biscuit crumbs as well. So this is very, very good. I hope you've enjoyed the recipe, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for this recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.